Hello students, welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. Today we are going to discuss about a climate issue or a weather issue in short term related to the Mumbai city, the financial capital of India. We are going to discuss why in this particular month of March, Mumbai is suddenly facing a very severe form of heat waves and what steps the government of Maharashtra or Mumbai Municipal Corporation has envisioned to tackle such kind of adverse weather phenomena in the near future. So, we are also going to discuss about the recently launched Mumbai's climate action plan. So, first of all, the reason why we are discussing this particular topic is because from past few days, the Konkan region, that is the coastal regions of Maharashtra, which also includes the capital city of Mumbai, it has been experiencing a very high level of sweltering heat, and where the maximum average temperature of the day has touched somewhere about 40 degrees Celsius marks. That is very unusual. Generally in the month of March, Mumbai's temperature hovers somewhere around 35 to 37. So this we are seeing a very sudden spike in the maximum temperature of the day. So obviously, since we have been talking about the term that is what is like Mumbai is facing heat wave. So first we need to understand that what do we understand or mean by the term heat wave itself. So heat wave is defined according to the kind of terrain in which with reference to which we are discussing this particular phenomena. So if we are talking about any plain regions or the plain topography, then whenever the maximum temperature of the day is or becomes higher than 40 degrees Celsius, then from plain areas this can be categorized as a heat wave. However, if we are talking in terms of hilly areas, in hilly areas, since the temperature remains slightly lower on average, so any temperature or any day when we have maximum temperature that reaches higher than 30 degrees Celsius, then that can be classified as a heat wave. And similarly, since we are talking about Mumbai specifically, and we know that Mumbai is a coastal region. So for coastal regions, if the maximum temperature of the day at any point of time reaches beyond 37 degrees Celsius, then we can also classify it as a heat wave. So we have three different definitions based on the temperature in three different kind of geographical terrain. Now the classification of heat waves in the case of India is done by the Indian Meteorological Department, and how Indian Meteorological Department has defined heat wave. It has clearly said that if the maximum temperature of any particular day at any particular place departs from its average temperature by 4.5 to 6 degrees, then that can be classified as a heat wave. To give you an example, if suppose any particular city, suppose A is there, and its average temperatures in the summer month or any month hovers somewhere around 35 to 40. But on any particular day, if temperature becomes 45, that means it lies in the range of 4.5 to 6 degrees increase, then we can classify it as a heat wave phenomenon. There is one other category that is termed as severe heat wave, and IMD classifies that if the departure in the maximum temperature is higher than or over than 6.4 degrees, then it can be classified as a severe heat wave. For example, again, if average temperature of any city is 40 degrees, but any particular day temperature has reached 47 degrees, then that can be classified as a severe heat wave. Apart from this departure, there is one very on the basis of absolute temperature also classification has been made by IMD, where it has said that if maximum temperature is higher than 45 degrees Celsius, does not matter whatever the average temperature of that particular region is, then we can classify it a heat wave. And if maximum temperature becomes higher than 47 degrees Celsius, no matter whatever average temperature of that region was, then we can classify as a severe heat wave. So let us try to understand that why in this particular year or in this particular month the region including Mumbai is experiencing severe heat wave conditions. So as per the IMD we can say explanation, it has said that as of now in the nearby Saurashtra Kutch region of Gujarat, which is very close to the city of Mumbai, they are under the direct influence of heat waves. And since Mumbai is very closer to the Saurashtra and Kutch region, the hot winds are blowing continuously from the Saurashtra Kutch region toward the Mumbai, and that is causing the rise in the average temperature of the day. Not only that, generally since Mumbai or any coastal cities, since they are located near the coastal areas, they have maritime influence where we have continuous movement of sea breezes that cools down the atmospheric temperature. But in this particular month, the sea breezes along the Maharashtra coast or also due to certain regions are moving at a much slower rate, and due to this the cooling effect of these sea breezes are not that much significant as compared to the previous years. And third point is related to the high pressure condition that is prevailing around the Maharashtrian coastal regions, where we have cold wind sinking toward the ground surface that creates a high pressure, and due to which it creates a clear kind of sky. We have a stable weather, no rainfall, no clouds, and due to which we have the more amount of insolation or solar energy that is incident on the surface, that also rises the temperature. If it was a cloudy sky, some amount of rainfall if would have happened, if there were low pressure on the surface, then that could also have provided relief to the people of the cities and in Mumbai and the coastal regions from this sweltering heat. However, these three conditions collectively or together has created a very severe heat wave like condition in the region. So, what is the IMD's forecast in coming days? So, as you can see in the map from here, this is our Kutch region, the black region. This pink region is the whole Gujarat, Kathiawar and Gujarat coast, and this is where you have Mumbai is situated. So, all continuously we have the winds that is blowing from this Kutch, Kathiawar region toward the Mumbai, increasing the temperature. So, as far as IMD is concerned, it has clearly said that till March 16, we had severe heat wave that was prevailing there, and these heat waves have created a very strong hot winds that is still blowing toward the Maharashtra coast. And it is believed that since due to up to March 16 we have this effect in this Saurashtra coastal Saurashtra and Kutch region, it is believed that for next 2 days at least, that is till 20th of March, we can expect the North Konkan district including Mumbai to have maximum temperature of 38 degrees Celsius and higher. That will put it into the category of heat waves. And what does IMD do in such cases? So, IMD has actually two methods of alert. First, it issues an orange alert if it is related to the severe heat wave, and it also issues yellow alert if it is the heat wave. So, since in Maharashtra we have heat wave, IMD has issued a yellow alert, while in Saurashtra and Kutch we had the severe heat wave, so there it was issued an orange alert. Now, we know that all this adverse kind of weather and climatic phenomena which we are experiencing is somehow related to the global climate change that is happening due to global warming and the melting of ice sheets and all these things. That is indirectly we can say related to the emission of greenhouse gases and carbon dioxide and all these other kind of pollutants that is increasing the temperature. So, what step government has taken to deal with this kind of issues on a longer term basis? So, Mumbai has come up with an action plan that is termed as Mumbai Climate Action Plan. So, let us try to understand about the Mumbai Climate Action Plan. The main objective or aim of this action plan in a long term is to tackle the challenges of the climate change by two methods, by adopting the inclusive and second by adopting a robust mitigation and adaptation strategies. Mitigation strategies, when already we expect that some kind of climate change or some kind of temperature rise is expected in next 50 or 100 years, then whatever steps we take to encounter that or to deal with that, that is called as mitigation. While adaptation is to deal with the climate changes that already has occurred. For example, the average surface temperature or average atmospheric temperature of the particular regions have already risen above. That means now we have to take certain measures that we can actually minimize the damage or minimize the problems caused due to such temperature rise or such climatic changes. So, both will be the focus of this climate action plan, the mitigation path as well as the adaptation path. And also the strategy is bound to be inclusive. Inclusive means to take into account all the kind of people, all people belonging to different social strata into account while designing the implementation strategies. So, in general, what we can say, the Mumbai has come up with a short, medium and long term climate goals that is aimed toward zero emission of greenhouse gases. As discussed before, greenhouse gases can be said to be one of the major factors that is causing increase in global temperature, that is causing all these different adverse climatic and weather changes. So, the Mumbai aims to reach zero emission of greenhouse gases, or we can say net zero target by year 2050, that is 30 years from now, almost 28 years from now. Now, all these strategies will hover around six major components. First, it will deal with the sustainable waste management. Second, it also will take into focus the urban greening and biodiversity for decreasing the temperature. Third, it will also focus on one of the major disasters that happen in urban areas due to climate change, and we have unseasonal urban flooding, and we have also tackled on the we can say focus on the water resources management. That is also one key component. Fourth component is focusing on the energy. We have to focus more and more on sustainable and renewable sources of energy, and we have to make our buildings green. That means they actually we can say take or consumes less amount of power, less amount of energy as compared to earlier buildings. Fourth, since one of the major effect on the health of the humans or health of the people are because of the air quality. So air quality will also be one of the key area of focus. And next is the sustainable mobility, because one of the major emitter of greenhouse gases and other pollutants in the atmosphere is the vehicles. So if we focus on sustainable mobility, we can to a significant extent bring down the amount of greenhouse gases emission, specifically if we are developing such infrastructure to shift on the electrical vehicles from the diesel and petrol vehicles. So let us try to understand about what is the GHG emission as far as the city of Mumbai is concerned. So overall, as per the recent survey conducted in year 2019, Mumbai is believed to emit somewhere about 23.42 million tons of carbon dioxide. That comes to be somewhere about, as per the population density, 1.8 tons carbon dioxide per person or per capita. Out of this, the major sources of emission are the energy generation that contributes to 72% of greenhouse gas emission. Transportation sector, it contributes to 20% of the greenhouse gas emission, and others we can say are contributing, like construction and all these other kind of factors are contributing to 8% of the net greenhouse gas emission. So in conclusion, what we can say that though the Mumbai Climate Action Plan is very good plan or very, we can say, visionary plan, however the success of any plan depends on the implementation. And as far as the Mumbai is concerned, the main implementing agency is Britain Mumbai Municipal Corporation. So how they implement all the plan objective, that is remains to be seen, and that is on what the success or the goal achievement of goals of this plan will depend upon. So for this BMC's Climate Action Cell, it will be a part of to implement this strategy. It will actually participate in a year-long capacity building and knowledge sharing program, especially with the foreign government, and especially they are going to learn this from the Oslo, which has in the recent times a capital city of Norway, has become a very good model of how to deal with the climate change problems and how to tackle both on the adaptation front as well as mitigation front. So BMC's Climate Action Cell will have a good knowledge sharing and capacity building in association with this Oslo government. And last, we have to keep in mind that sectoral and cross-department collaboration, because we talk about the climate change, is not a responsibility or it is not a result of any one department. We have to have a sectoral and cross-departmental collaboration so that all people or all the stakeholders can come together and take initiative which will be helpful in the long run to tackle with the Mumbai or to tackle the climate change issues. So that is all about the recent issue that is going on, recent news that is going on in the heat waves related to Mumbai and what is being done. I hope you understood about these concepts clearly. We will come again soon with another interesting topic. Till then, take care. Thank you very much.